Buyer beware if you're shopping for one of these 5 brands. In this video, we're going to talk about how the dealers of these brands tend to play the most games. The first one may trigger some of you, but they play so many games that I had to write it down in order to remember all the games they play, and that's Tesla. Yes, Tesla probably is the second largest brand out of the 5 that I'm going to talk about who play the most games. And they fly under the radar because you get to buy from the manufacturer. You buy direct, you don't have to deal with the dealership. But did you know that Tesla changes things on a whim? Today you may get one thing, tomorrow you don't get it. And if you got something today and don't take delivery till tomorrow, they just kill it out. Let's talk about pricing. Yes, remember about 9 months ago when Tesla says, we're gonna kill all the showrooms you just buy online, and they lowered their prices? Well, a week later, they realized that they have over $1 billion in real estate contracts, and they're like, oops, we made that mistake. All those people who bought within that week at the lower price, all their prices got jacked up. Tesla also recently got rid of their 7-day return policy. I personally don't think that's a big deal, but why get rid of it? But they've had it, they've gotten rid of it, they've had it, they've gotten rid of it again. They charge one of my 9 fees that I tell you to never pay, and that's a transportation charge. Yes, if they don't have the car at the closest showroom, they charge you a transport fee from one showroom to the other. Extremely difficult to get them on the phone. If you do it by email, by text message or whatever, they're extremely hard to get a hold of. You're not always able to test drive one of their cars because of the recent update of the Model S and the Model X. They've eliminated all of their test drives, and they've also eliminated all their inventory, which plummeted the value of the cars. And this is a big one. Tesla is a technology-based company, which is one of the things that I love about Tesla. But if you bought a used Tesla, and when you test drove that Tesla from a non-Tesla dealership and it had the full self-driving capability or other things, Tesla will actually take that away from you and make you pay $10,000 to get that feature back. That's a scam. I bet you don't think I'm gonna say this one. Yes, Chevrolet. Chevrolet dealers are very infamous across the country of playing games. Right now, the Corvette is one of the biggest games that they're playing, and that's over MSRP markups. Chevy dealers also do a lot of things like blinking third brake light, etc., that you just simply don't need. And in some places like California, they're charging over MSRP for simple Silverados. Oh wait, that's a Nissan. But a simple Silverado like over there. I watched this one real closely. I didn't even know they still made cars, but Mitsubishi, yes, I thought they were a TV manufacturer, but yes, Mitsubishi still sells cars here in the United States, and the dealerships that I see, they all play games. I can't believe it. I've seen a big Mitsubishi store. Well, I don't know how big they are, but it's a Mitsubishi store nonetheless. And they get people to come in. They got concerts, they got hot dogs, they got free popcorn, they buy a car, get a TV, but all they're doing is scamming their customers. Don't ever go to a dealership based off of a free item. You're paying for that item. And the worst thing is you're paying for it over 5 or 6 years because they're just wrapping it into the vehicle price. This one I know all so much about because we own this franchise as well, and that would be Hyundai. And a terminology you've never heard me say before is LOA. That stands for lack of availability. And yes, Hyundai dealerships all across the country are putting LOAs on addendums because it confuses you and it's not a terminology you've ever heard before. All that is an over MSRP markup. That's basically coming on the Palisade namely, but they have put it on the hybrid models that are new, and expect to see that on their new electric vehicles down the road as well. The Hyundai manufacturer has done something really well over the past few years, and that's basically come into Hyundai dealerships and say, you can't sell or advertise below the base prices. And if you do, you kind of get in some trouble. So they've came in and gave a MAP pricing on everything, which is really good because it puts everybody on equal playing ground, and you just buy from whom you want to buy from or who has the inventory. Before we get to the next one, don't forget you can win my K1500. Yes, that K1500 right there is up for grabs at ChevyDudeStore.com. We're doing 10x entries this week only, and for every purchase on ChevyDudeStore.com, we're helping helping out an amazing charity. Blessings in a backpack. This is another franchise we own, but this has been this way for such a long time, and that's pretty much any Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram dealership out there in the country. Now, I've got a lot of resources in Las Vegas, and those dealerships are all crazy out there. I've talked about that before in past videos, but the Dodge dealerships and the Chrysler dealerships, they work a lot with subprime customers, and the subprime customers are what's getting taken advantage of the most. Chrysler Capital does do really great things of helping people with poor credit scores or in their bad situations, but the dealerships know this and they take advantage of it. So if you go to a Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram store and you have subprime credit, be careful. The only things that you have to pay for is right here on the screen. That's price, your state sales tax, your state and local government fees, and yes, unfortunately, that crazy doc fee. Make sure you pay a reasonable doc fee, $300, $400, $500, and if they don't want to negotiate on a doc fee, because they probably won't, make sure they take it off the price of the car. But be careful at Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram stores if you're buying with bad credit. And you guys know, even though the title says 5, we're not gonna go on 5, we're gonna do 6. So the one that has been the epitome of the car business for the 21 years of me being in this business is Kia. Kia by far is the worst brand in the country, but they have some of the hottest products. The Telluride. Anybody who's bought a Telluride, anybody who's shopped for a Telluride, throw it in the comment section down below. Let me know your experience, because this is your experience and this is the comments you're gonna see. They played games, they did over MSRP, they added on a bunch of equipment, everything. Don't fall for this stuff, as I mentioned all the time. Go in there, work your best deal, and be patient. But just like Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Kia caters to the subprime market, and they play a lot of games there. They will keep you at a dealership for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, wear you down until you sign on the dotted line. Don't play for that game. If you're not getting a good, satisfactory call on a loan, just walk out and regroup and refresh and tell them to call you with the details. That's your best bet. And most importantly, Kia is the absolute worst when it comes to playing games for anybody buying one of their products. You remember back in 08, 09, 2 for $222? Yes, dealerships all over the country did that, but it was mainly Kia dealerships. Buy one, get one free. There ain't no free cars in this business. Don't fall for that stuff. Be careful when you're shopping Kia, because those are the most games played in the automotive industry. Now remember, there's nothing out there 100%. Everything I'm telling you in this video is for general information purposes only, and based off of my observations of 21 years in the car business and interacting with a lot of salespeople throughout the country. These 4 things are going to help you make sure that you don't get scammed over. Go in with knowledge. Knowledge is power in the automotive industry. Don't walk into a dealership blind. We've talked about that in past videos. Second, make sure you use a reputable dealer. Look at Google reviews, ask your friends on Facebook, look at DealerRater, Cars.com reviews. Those will all help you. Look at forums and community groups. We have a Facebook group and a Discord server. The links are down below, that has a lot of great tips and people helping people. And most importantly, watch that video series right there to not get scammed. And this video right here will help you get the lowest price of a car.